Let's talk about the svbbank failure. I keep hearing people talk about 2008 and reflecting on this being reminiscent of some of the actions that happened in 2008. I want to give a quick reminder that in 2008, that's the same year that Facebook launched its developer platform. It was 2008 that I actually had my glory days. I met Mark Zuckerberg that year. I ended up working not long after for Facebook as a contractor, helping them with some of the documentation for their first developer platform. 2008 is what kicked off the generation of social media developers. It was an opportunity, not a down year for many. 2008 and the years following are the years that I wrote my first books. You can see some of them up here. Here's Mark Zuckerberg citing my first book around 2009, 2010 or so. When I first visited Facebook headquarters, I actually saw copies of my books scattered around their headquarters. 2008 is also what kicked off a whole new generation of open source and open standards. I began doing tech writing for OpenID Foundation around this time. There were whole new movements trying to compete with Facebook's developer platform to, quote, stick it to the man and try and give developers even more power in the developer marketplace. It became the year and the generation of developers taking control. It was following this that I went on and I took a job with the LDS Church. I ended up kicking off everything that exists in social media in some form or another for the church, and really kicked off my career. After that, I began and kicked off social media for a human trafficking organization called Operation Underground Railroad, built up their audience. I built up my own social media agency and was at really the height of my career, all because of 2008. Now what we're seeing happen is companies gradually tried to take over that control of the developers. The developers weren't valued as highly. They were valued from a salary perspective, but their control began to be usurped by the companies themselves. And as a result, the companies started losing their interesting factors that those developers brought to the company. So this is an exciting time. You see so many developers being laid off. You see new opportunities where now developers are going to be creating new things. They're going to be building things. And I would be looking towards those opportunities. What can you build? What can you write about? What can you talk about that is around what developers are building right now? This is developers' time to shine. Look towards open source and open standards. Look towards crypto, which is open source and open standards. You've got this.